What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Here we are. It's like we were gone, but now we've returned. It's so exciting. I'm so happy to see everybody here. We got everything in the right place at the right time. You made it. You are in the building with us. Welcome to the DDR podcast. I'm your host, David Del Rosario, joined alongside, as always, with the glorious green room, Amarie Lee in the building.
Yeah.
What it is. So, let's go ahead and fire things up right out the gate by letting you know that you can follow us here on social media, okay? I have a social media account, goes by the name of David Funny Stuff. Also, in the green room, Amarie, okay? The amazingness, Amarie Lee Comedy is where you could follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us, okay? Do it. Because if you don't, you're gonna be missing out on shows, invitations to events, promotional stuff for merch. We got stuff popping off, okay? First of all, let's go right into shows. July 1st, flights with Dave Williamson. Also, we have July 9th with Adam Hunter over at the Dime. And I have Oxnard Levity over in middle of July. I'll post the dates on my social media as well. Am, do you have any dates coming up soon?
I do. Check out my social media.
Check out the social media at Amarie Lee Comedy. She'll be posting up some dates. Also, we got the merch. We got the polar bear titties on deck. So make sure you get those PBTs. You know how it bees. So we're going to go ahead and fire things up now that we got all the intro and stuff out of the way. I have been jamming. One of the new jams that I'm digging is Lil Nas X Panini. I was playing it for Am the other day. She kind of enjoyed it. Brought up a good point during the entirety of our jam sesh with the song Panini by Lil Nas X. And in the video, we didn't notice a single Panini. Am I correct in saying that, Am? That you were the one that said, hey, I didn't notice one single Panini in this music video. What do you think it is? The Panini in the entirety of the music video?
Where's Walter? You gotta find it.
So you have to basically take your time and go out and look for it. It's a short video. It's got a lot going on, and it's very like neon light heavy music video. And I personally thought that there was just and it's a short song too. It's like it's almost 2 minutes. It goes by like that, the song, when I played it up on the YouTubes. But good point with the Panini theory. We just saw the brand new Cardi B press video just now, before we recorded. Am, what did you think of the video? I thought it was pretty crazy.
Bunch of naked women.
There's a lot of naked women in that video. Cardi is naked. A couple dancers are naked. There's a lot of nakedness.
She drowned someone in the toilet.
She drowned someone in a toilet, which, if you're... Look, let's be honest here. If you're in prison and your cellmate comes at you, you drown him in the toilet. That's what happens in the music video. Am I right? You got to survive in these bars.
She dyed her eyebrows white.
She dyed her eyebrows white, which I think is going to be a new big thing. Are you going to dye your eyebrows anytime soon? I think. Possibly? You're thinking about it?
Yeah.
So, Am's cell phone just exploded. And
she killed a bunch of old white people in the video.
She did kill a whole bunch of old white people. That's actually a good point. Is she trying to say something?
She killed a bunch of hot young women as well. So maybe she just wants to kill everybody if they give her more press.
Okay.
Because she doesn't need no more press.
Understood. That's a good.
Cardi don't need no press.
Cardi don't need no press. No, This song has so many layers because I couldn't decode that. So shout out to Am's The Eye in the Sky for discovering that goodness. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have picked that up after watching a whole bunch of chicks with their knockers hanging out, to be honest with you. And there was a lot of dancing. I was jamming to the song. I really enjoyed it. The through thread, however, that was pretty insane. I didn't get that. But hey, bloody tits aside, How about a bubble break, huh? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Well, the blood was coming out by their legs, so they probably weren't dead. It was probably just like menstrual cycle.
Oh. Menstrual cycle. That's crazy though. Has there ever been? I'm trying to think of like the last. Lady Gaga used to do stuff like that. Nicki Minaj does stuff like that with the videos.
Yeah, she had a meat outfit.
Yep, Lady Gaga had the meat outfit.
With a meat hat.
Did it have a? She had a meat hat on that?
A meat hat, meat outfit. I heard she grilled it.
Afterwards? Was it?
That's using your resources and not, throwing away good meat.
That's awesome. Grilled the meat post outfit wearing. So, yeah. So Cardi B has a little bit of blood running down her leg in that one. And shout out to the bubbles in the building. What else is going on in the news? Out of Houston, a substitute teacher out of Houston was fired for filming a porno in the high school while class was in session. Boom. That is a hearty, chunky, meaty casserole that you just pull out of the oven and it's nice and golden brown and you're just like cutting away at it with the spatula because that what are you gonna do, get a knife and beat you could but you don't. With a story like this, you want to dig right in. So first of all, a teacher substitute at that went ahead and decided to say, hey, maybe I should make my directorial debut and film a porno inside of the high school that I work at. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Also, two different locations. He saw one location, could have been the cafeteria, could have been the gymnasium, could have been the faculty lounge, could have been the janitor's closet, could have been the chem lab, could have been the workshop, could have been the basketball court. All of them. Potential locations for film, adult film gold is what I love about this story. It's mentioned that class was in session during the filming of these two potential adult film projects, which Am also brought up a good point. What did you say? They need extras. So unsuspecting students probably didn't fill out any NDA forms, and Lord knows what went down to screw this guy's potential film career over in more ways than one royally. So that's fantastic. Do you think that these projects will be released?
I think they will. I think it was maybe a misunderstanding. Maybe because where do you find substitute teachers? First of all, like you get them from random
school. No, it's not random places. Schools have substitute teachers on staff.
Correct, but there's also people who come from out of town that say they're substitute teachers. I'm thinking maybe she went on location from Craigslist and thought she was actually going to do a porno at a school as a substitute teacher.
So what you're saying is that it's not an actual substitute teacher on staff at the school. You think it's like an actual freelance directors scouted the location, and they said this is the high school that we're going to use for this premise.
Pretty much.
I like it. It's a good narrative. I'm in full support of it. We haven't necessarily.
The substitute teacher is not a real teacher. It's a substitute teacher.
That is it's certainly in the name. And the beauty of this is the fact that they went out of their way not once but twice to make this happen. So shout out to that substitute teacher out in Houston. We really care about you over here at the DDR podcast. So shout outs to that because we've been to Houston before and it's a fun old time. Another great story, movie related. We love talking about movie related stuff here, whether it be trailers, upcoming movie news, whatever it be. Apparently, Ice Cube's next big project is going to be a movie about Doc Ellis's Perfect Game. Now, the beauty of this is that Doc Ellis was under the influence of lysergic acid or LSD during the entire game. And he experienced that for 9 innings and basically just is in the annals of history, baseball history, just for being able to accomplish that. So that's just insane to think it. And then Ice Cube's directing it. And I think that Ice Cube's son is going to play Doc Ellis. It's interesting to know that. And if you look at a picture of Doc Ellis, and we'll pull up a picture of Doc Ellis, he looks exactly like Ice Cube's son, which is fantastic. So it should be a pretty amazing film. It's just really, really cool that there's going to be an insane baseball movie. Because, I mean, you've got, A League of Their Own, you got The Natural, you got Field of Dreams, you got Sandlot. Those are like classic baseball movies, but this one's going to be balls to the wall insane, and that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that project. That should be a pretty fun one.
How many people do you think are going to be tripping on acid watching
that? Probably more than you can think, and if Ice Cube does this the way that I can only imagine this can be, I mean, it's going to be pretty insane. The next story is about a woman that got stopped by police because she was driving in the middle of either the freeway or the middle of a regular road. And not only was she driving in the middle of the regular road, the reason why they stopped her is because she was in a toy car for kids, like a little Tonka truck. They pulled her over. Can't believe that I just referred to it as pulled her over. They couldn't charge her anything or with a DUI because she wasn't operating a vehicle, technically. So, and that was in South Carolina. And what do you think about that, Am?
She got arrested by the fake police?
So hold on. So you think she didn't get arrested? This was just some sort of a flimsy...
Extra. Going back to the extras, this is definitely an extra trying to go to an audition.
An extra?
Yes. Trying to go on an audition for a cop role. So he went ahead and pulled her over to practice his lines on her. What better car to pull over than a Tonka truck? Fake car, fake cop.
So he's not so much an extra as he is like maybe a feature role as of a cop, where he's just like...
Maybe he has a line or two.
I know that I shouldn't be pulling you over, or don't even have to be honest with you, but let me see your license and registration. And she says...
Maybe just shorter. You know why I stopped you. That's it.
Yeah.
Featured extra.
That's it. Featured extra. Do you know why I stopped you? And that's it.
That's it.
Which, by the way, we were watching the Matrix movies on Netflix. Shout out to Matrix and Netflix. And there is a scene in Matrix Reloaded where there is an actor that delivers a line in a very intense manner. One of those one-line guys. Same one from the Fast and the Furious and Transformers. This was the guy that stayed up the night before. And Em was just like, this dude is so intense. He is so extra for this line. And we noticed it too because I remember when I saw Matrix Reloaded is where it's at, right? Yeah?
It's the Reloaded Matrix.
The Reloaded Matrix. And this dude is just like, Commander Locke demands, requests your presence. And I was just like, dude, you're about to drop a deuce from the level of pressure that you're putting onto your head right now.
Hours in the mirror
on that one line, and that went swell, didn't it? And but it made his career. Shout out to that guy. And those auditions must be great because it's just like, it says here you were in Matrix Reloaded. I don't really talk about this, but I had a pretty insane part. Yeah. What? I don't remember you in that. Like, The Matrix was a great franchise. We love those movies. Those are exciting. Broke, through film barriers like you wouldn't believe. But I don't remember you in the Reloaded Matrix. So I find it interesting, and we noticed it almost immediately. So
yeah, the frame poster with a picture of his 10-second shot in the movie.
Yep, and he signed by him. Himself. Yep, and he also has that scripted line of dialogue framed like how they, how when you go to a Cuban's house they always have that on-set cigar that they had in the movie Scarface. Like, this cigar was used in the movie Scarface. Like, that guy has that, but like with a piece of script in it with his dialogue. But moving on to the final piece of news, and it's a positive one. It's a positive one. Yay, Bubba break for the positive news to end with. It's adorable. It's more so adorable. And it is good because it's progress. It's the education of humanity. And it's love in a very familial form. It's a story that really got our attention because it was just like, man, this is so great. Is a little brother is congratulating his little sister on graduating pre-kindergarten, big accomplishment, and the both of them are crying. They're super emotional, and we'll pull up the picture here, and it's just one of those pictures where you're just like, that's amazing. Not because of just the tears and the emotions and the accomplishments, but Am brought up a fantastic point. He was like, oh, this is a beautiful thing, right? But what did that kid really do? You know?
It was the little sister.
It was the little sister. The little sister.
Not even kindergarten, it's pre-K.
It's not even pre. I just love the fact that like she, we're the two of them, and what can they possibly be talking about that they're getting that emotional in the middle of that hug? Like just like, oh my God, can you believe it? You accomplished so much. Like you're my sister, and I love you, and like remember when you drew that color purple? That the with the cat, you colored it purple. Like that was, you wouldn't be here if you didn't do that, and it's just like, you did the one about nap time. Like I was like, oh my God,
oh, yeah.
Like
it's the best nap ever. Followed instructions when the teacher told you to go to sleep. You were the first one to go to sleep.
You were the first one to nap. You were the first one, and nobody napped better during nap time than you. And now you're here. I love you. Success. Progress, moving forward, leaping humanity into the next echelon of education. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, people of YouTube and all over the audio world, thank you for joining us here for episode 9 of the DDR podcast. Make sure that you follow us on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, at David Funny Stuff. Also, in the green room, shout outs to the Eye in the Sky, the Queen of the Green, the gorgeous Amarillo. There you go. Soft and sensual. That's how we do it around here. Also, Polar Bear Titties, the PBTs. Make sure you buy the merch. Make sure you follow us for future show dates. And everybody out there, you all have an amazing, amazing time out there. Peace, y'all.